The morning felt heavier than others. Mara noticed it before she even opened her eyes. That subtle weight in her chest. Not regret, not exactly. Something closer to awareness. She lay still for a moment, staring at the ceiling, replaying the night in fragments. The sidewalk, the quiet, the way he had stopped himself even when he didn't want to, the way she hadn't told him to. Her phone sat on the nightstand, dark and silent. That almost made it worse. Mara exhaled slowly and reached for it. Nothing. No message, no follow-up, no good morning. She set it back down. Of course, this was the part where things changed. The office felt colder when she walked in, or maybe it was just her. Everything looked the same desks, same conversations, same low hum of routine, but it felt different, because now she knew what was underneath it. She didn't look toward Julian's office, not immediately. She made it halfway to her desk before she felt it, that awareness, that pull. She looked, and he was there, already working, already composed, already exactly who he was supposed to be. Their eyes met, and this time, he looked away first. Mara froze for half a second. That hadn't happened before. She sat down slowly. Her pulse didn't spike like it had the previous days. It settled lower and heavier. Her phone buzzed. An email from Julian. Subject: meeting rescheduled. Her chest tightened as she opened it. Moving our 11:30 to tomorrow. Busy this morning. JH. That was it. No extra line, no hidden meaning, just distance. Mara stared at the screen longer than necessary before closing it. Morning, someone said beside her. She looked up. A coworker, Lena, smiling casually, coffee in hand. Morning, Mara replied. You look tired, Lena said lightly. Mara forced a smile. Late night. Same, Lena laughed. This place is going to ruin all of us. Mara nodded, but her attention had already shifted, back to the glass office. Julian was still working, not looking at her, not acknowledging anything. Professional, completely. Her jaw tightened slightly. So that's how this was going to be. Hours passed. Emails, meetings, conversations that required just enough focus to keep her from thinking too much, but not enough to stop her entirely. Because every now and then, she'd feel it, that quiet awareness, and when she looked, Julian was already looking away. At 1:12 p.m., her phone buzzed. Not an email, a message. Her pulse reacted instantly. Jay, are you free after work? Mara stared at it, her chest tight, not because of the question, but because of how simple it sounded. Like none of this was complicated, like none of this mattered. She typed, that depends. 3 dots appeared immediately. Jay, on what? Her fingers hovered before she sent it, hesitant. Whether we're pretending today. The reply took longer this time, long enough that she wondered if she'd pushed it too far. And then that response, Jay, I'm trying not to make this worse. Mara's throat tightened. By ignoring it? Another pause. Jay, by not letting it take over everything. She exhaled slowly. That was honest, frustrating, but honest. She typed again. And after work? This time the reply came faster. Jay, after work, we don't have to pretend. Her pulse picked up again. There it was, the line, drawn clearly. She stared at the message. Where? A few seconds later, Jay responded. Somewhere quiet. Mara swallowed. Send me the address. The rest of the afternoon moved slower. Every minute stretched just enough to make her aware of it. Julian didn't approach her, didn't call her into his office, didn't create any unnecessary interaction. But once, just once, as she stood near the printer, he passed behind her. Close, but not touching. Just close enough that it caught her breath. He didn't stop, didn't really speak, but as he walked past, his voice came low and quiet. 6:30. And then he was gone. Mara stood there for a moment longer than was necessary before forcing herself to move again. The place he sent wasn't far. A small bar tucked between two buildings. Dim lighting, low music, not crowded but not really empty either. It's just enough people to disappear into. Mara arrived first. She chose a table near the back, away from the windows, away from anything that felt too exposed. Her hands were steady, but her breathing wasn't. At 6:34, Julian walked in. He spotted her immediately. Of course he did. He always did. He walked over, slower this time, not because he was unsure, but because he was choosing each step. "You came," he said. Mara looked up at him. "You asked." He sat across from her, not beside her, not close, across. Distance, intentional distance. A waiter approached briefly, and they ordered drinks. Simple, normal, and then silence. The kind that carried everything they hadn't said all day. Julian leaned back slightly, studying her. "You're upset," he said. Mara let out a small breath. "I'm adjusting." "To what?" She held his gaze. "To you acting like last night didn't happen." His expression shifted slightly. "I didn't say it didn't happen." "You didn't have to." A short time passed before Julian nodded. "That's fair." Mara looked down at the table briefly and then back up. "I get why you're doing it," she added. "I just don't like it." Julian's voice softened. "I didn't think you would." "Then why do it?" He leaned forward slightly. "Because if I don't," he said quietly, "I won't stop." Her breath caught. The honesty hit harder than anything else. Mara swallowed. "That's not reassuring." "It's not supposed to be." A short pause before Julian said, "I told her." Mara froze, her eyes locked onto his. "You what?" "I told her things weren't working." Her chest tightened. "That's not the same as ending it." "No," he admitted. "It's not." "Then what is it?" "A step." Mara leaned back slightly, processing everything. "And how did that go?" Julian exhaled slowly. "About as well as you'd expect." She nodded faintly. "That's not something you undo overnight." "I know." Silence settled again before Mara said softly, "So where does that leave us?" Julian didn't answer right away. He looked at her, really looked at her. "It leaves us here," he said. "That's not an answer." "It's the only honest one I have." Mara's jaw tightened slightly. "You're asking me to wait in the middle of something unfinished." Julian shook his head. "No." "Then what are you asking?" His voice dropped. "I'm asking you not to walk away." The words landed heavy, and Mara stared at him. "That's a lot to ask." "I know." "And what do I get in return?" Julian didn't hesitate. "The truth." Her breath faltered. "That's it?" "For now," he said. Mara let out a quiet breath. "That might not be enough." Julian nodded. I know. Another pause, longer this time. Tell me something, Mara said. What? Do you regret it? Julian held her gaze. No. The answer came without hesitation. And that scares you? She added. Yes. Why? Because it means this isn't going away. Mara looked down briefly and then back up. It's not, she said. Julian's expression softened slightly. I know. Their drinks arrived, but neither of them touched them right away. The moment lingered, heavy and honest, complicated. This is the cost, isn't it? Mara said quietly. Julian's eyes met hers. Yes. Of what? Not pretending anymore. Mara exhaled slowly. She picked up her glass, taking a small sip, and then set it back down. Okay, she said. Julian watched her carefully. Okay, what? She met his gaze. Okay. We don't pretend. His expression shifted, something steadier and more certain. But, she added, we don't get to act like this is simple either. It's not. And if this turns into something messy, oh, it will, he said. Mara almost smiled. At least you're honest. I told you that's all I have. She studied him for a moment longer and then nodded. Then we start here. Julian's gaze held hers. Yeah, he said quietly. We do. The tension didn't disappear. It didn't resolve. If anything, it settled even deeper, became more grounded and more real. Because now, it wasn't just about wanting. It was about what that wanting would cost. And for the first time, neither of them was pretending they didn't have to pay it.